What's up, militia? We're back with another YouTube video, and welcome back to the wonderful world of Nitro. I'm Mr.Creekyt, and today we'll be doing a bunch of stuff. But first, let's 10 second silence for those that have fallen. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, the Everland ecosystem, my temperate forest that I've been making, I've come up with a name for it today, which is called Everland. I originally was a bit skeptical about it. I thought that my mom and dad would not like it either, and of course they were also skeptical for a while until I showed them today the ecosystem, and they actually really liked it and gave me props for it, as well as even coming up with their own ideas for what I should add. My mom has been saying adding a beetle, adding a scorpion, and adding a lizard. These are native to this land, so most definitely I'll probably find one eventually walking around. Scorpion is more rare find than a beetle, sorta. And then also the lizard's quite commonly found, especially when summer is finally here. If I am to add a lizard, it's not only going to be that one lizard I'm adding, it's going to be along with a whole bunch of ants and other tiny insects that the lizards eat. As well as I would have to add a heat lamp into the ecosystem. And so I may add a lizard, and it would only be one lizard because it's quite a small ecosystem. And the lizard name would be Alexander. I have Fred the grasshopper and Gary the snail in there so far as the two big insects of the creek, but I am to add a few other insects as long as maybe a reptile, which is a lizard, and perhaps an amphibian, which is a frog. There's a frog sitting right there in the water, for a matter of fact, but that's way too big. See, that is a frog right there, but that's far too big for the ecosystem. As Ants Canada said, that if we are to add frogs and stuff, apparently frogs is a kind of an invasive species, and they'll eat whatever they can fit in their mouths. So that's kind of out of the question for a big frog. But a tiny frog, there's always little tiny toads hopping around this area. So I may add that, one or two of those into the ecosystem, along with another snail, more ants, more worms, a lizard, and the area where I live is a forest, as you can see. And there's usually every once in a while, it's like every year, we have 1 to 2 wolf spiders that appear in our house, which, if you don't know, they're non-toxic spiders, and they're probably the size of my palm. They're quite massive. Please do not kill them if you see it. It's kind of easy to tell if it's a wolf spider. It's brown with a lighter brown on its legs. It's kind of a pattern of light brown, or like dark brown, light brown, dark brown, light brown on its legs. And it's usually, just sitting there. So if you do see it, don't touch it, of course. It may bite you still. But put a cup on it. Pick up the cup. Put like a piece of paper on the bottom of the cup so the spider can't jump out. And then put it outside. But I may add a wolf spider that's quite massive. And the aquarium is only about 15 gallons. So, I don't know. I may. Once again, if we add a spider into it, we're going to have to put along with perhaps a moth or two, along with some ants also. And with this, so just, the spider can eat, as well as the moths and stuff won't have to take over the whole land. I do need to add a few termites into it too, in order to just break down some, stuff. I need to add more decomposers, as well as probably 1 or 2 more plants. And this is currently just the normal stage right now of just the Everland. This is the small stage of Everland. With your support, we can grow Everland more and more. See, what you all would need to do is just like, subscribe, and just view that video. and from there I could earn a profit from it, and then from there we can buy a bigger ecosystem. Now I don't ask every single video for y'all to like and subscribe. I only ask every now and then. So if you could like and subscribe, comment down below what you want me to build next and what organism you want me to add to Everland. Remember, it is tiny right now, so be mindful of that. But when it grows, then you can tell me a bigger organism to add. By far, Everland is probably one of my favorite projects I've worked on so far. I definitely like the creek, of course, but out of all the projects that I've worked on right now, such as the Lego Through Time to Mr.Creekyt, I think Everland is probably one of my favorite. I mean, I've just been sitting down and just looking at it, and it just, even if you can't really see any animals, you know there's animals in there. There's grasshopper, there's a snail, there's some ants, there's some worms, and there's some roly-polies right now, along with now a couple of spiders, I think like 2 spiders, and whatever lurked in those leaves is now in that ecosystem too. And that's exactly what I wanted. The spider that appeared, the first spider that appeared in the ecosystem, was not from me picking him out on purpose. He was, I guess, in the leaves, and so when I added the spider, or added the leaves in, the spider just appeared walking around. I have no clue where the spider went now. And if you watched the Everland time lapse, you would see kind of on the left side of the aquarium there is a massive forest. For the aquarium, it's quite massive. A fern and like 2 shisho are like around there, and so far there's been some activity around there, like roly-poly and a few ants. I guess the grasshopper probably is there. I do need to research what grasshoppers eat. I know what snails eat. Snails eat plants, and ants decompose stuff. So ants are quite productive, as well as worms decompose, and so does roly-polies. Roly-polies and worms, they both eat the dirt. And then, when they're digging, they're like eating the dirt practically. And so once, they're done, dirt, especially fine dirt, is worm, what was that? Feces, worm feces, that's what it is. It comes from the worms behind. So worms and roly-polies are definitely a key feature in order to have fine soil, but I need to add a bit of sand in there, as well as some moss. So moss may be another organism I'm going to add soon. Every week or 2 there will be a new video of Everland, us just working on it, us adding in more animals and stuff, more organisms and stuff. And I'm definitely really enjoying just all of this. It's definitely a lot of work to do so far. It took me about like 2-3 hours to make Everland. Because the first step was me putting on the gravel on the main floor. Then I added in the little container where the little pond is going to be in Everland. Then I added on top of it the packages that you get for your filter for your aquarium. It's like charcoal, and so I added that into there, and so charcoal is supposed to kind of keep the environment all clean, or your little ecosystem all clean. And then from there, I added the dirt on top of it. And after I added the dirt, I added in the plants. Then I filled up the little container with pond water. So algae water from the pond I added into there, and then I added a little bubble maker to just circulate the water. The lid I added onto the aquarium is a piece of wood, since the aquarium didn't actually have a lid. So there's plenty of cracks all around. Like when you place it down, it's not going to be completely covered, the aquarium. So where it's, it's not completely covered, there's like cracks of air that can get into the ecosystem. So plenty of air. I added in some LED, like white LED lights into the ecosystem, and it's surprisingly quite bright. So the ferns and stuff and shisho can photosynthesize, but due to LED does not produce light, that's where our problem lies. Now I could add like perhaps a heater, we have an aquarium heater for like tropical fish. I'm wondering if that could do the same. I don't want to like cause a fire in the ecosystem. That wouldn't be good. But I'm thinking maybe just add like a sun lamp, like cut out a hole in the top of the thing and just add a sun lamp or a heat lamp. And for the lizard, I also would need to add a rock for the lizard to lay on, just to get the heat in. But yeah, so far we don't have a lizard, so when that time comes, we'll get everything set up and ready. And also, we're not going to add another organism for probably like a week or two. I want to keep the ecosystem running slow. For right now, I don't want to make a drastic change. Like, I don't want to add a lizard quite right now when every organism right now is trying to settle in. There's only a certain few organisms right now, such as the also like the ants. That is one of the organisms, and there's only two. Like 3 roly-polies, like I think 3 worms, 1 snail, and 1 grasshopper. If I add the lizard right now, then it's definitely going to cause some problems. So in that case, when I add the lizard, I'm also going to add an abundance of ants. And what ants are going to do is just consistently feed the lizard, and those ants that survive, well, they are the fittest ants, and they're going to create an ant nest and all of that. The ants I'm adding in is black ants, I believe, the ants that are constantly biting me. But the black ants are going to, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure, I know that ants, like a lot of ants, they're like bees. They need a queen in order to have the eggs laid. But for these black ants, they're quite different. I've definitely noticed like a very different behavior within the ants within the black ants from regular ants. I'm running low on battery, but the video is almost done. I have 5% left. The video is almost done. Anyway, though, I definitely recommend you go and check out Mr.Creekyt Multiverse just to see when we're going to add in another video of Everland or another video of Lego Through Time. You have to wait till June. Yeah, June for the next season of Lego Through Time. And so yeah, other than that, I don't have much to say. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I may post a gaming video today or tomorrow on the Mr.Creekyt Multiverse, perhaps. But anyway, I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all have a good day, and stay safe.